We're going to turn now to the prospect of more hostages being freed today from the Gaza Strip. It comes after 10 Israelis and 2 Thai nationals were brought back into Israeli territory yesterday. In return, Israel released 30 Palestinian prisoners. The exchange with Hamas happened after both parties agreed on Monday to extend the humanitarian pause for an additional 2 days. The truce is now set to expire tomorrow. The terrorist group has freed 81 people since the temporary ceasefire began on Friday, while Israel has released 180 Palestinian prisoners. It is believed about 240 people were taken captive during the October 7th terrorist attack in Israel. The White House says 8 or 9 Americans are still being held hostage. Meanwhile, CIA Director Bill Burns is now in Qatar discussing the hostage release deal and the potential for a broader agreement. Joining us now from Tel Aviv, NBC News chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel with more on all of this. Richard?
So we are expecting to see more hostages released today because this is the last full day of this truce after it was extended for 2 days. The big question is what will happen after midnight tonight. Israel says that unless Hamas continues to hand over hostages, then it will resume its military campaign. And there are 2 groups in particular that want to see this ceasefire extended badly. They are the families of the hostages who want to buy more time because so far this truce has been working. It's been very delicate, but generally it has been working, with each day Hamas releasing around 10 to 12 prisoners, sometimes a few more, and in exchange Israel releasing about 30 or 30 plus Palestinian prisoners. The people of Gaza desperately want this to be extended because during this last 6 days, they've been able to get some food aid. They've been able to go to their houses. We've been able to be in contact with people. Much of Gaza is destroyed, so that their lives are still incredibly difficult. There's very little food. There's very, very little drinking water, but it is better than being under constant assault. The hostages hope that with each day, there is the chance that their loved ones could be included on these precious freedom lists. For Israel, it is a simple matter. Israel says it will extend the truce as long as Hamas keeps releasing every day around 10 hostages, at least 10 hostages. But Hamas is running out of women and children. So now the negotiations are focused on convincing Hamas to start releasing male prisoners. And Hamas still has quite a few male prisoners, and there are other women and children in Gaza that they are held by other groups. So it is not hopeless. Hamas could be convinced to release some of the male prisoners, particularly some of the male hostages, particularly some of the elderly ones. But so far, we have not seen any breakthrough. And there are deep concerns, particularly from the people of Gaza and those hostage families, that unless there is some sort of breakthrough at the end of the day today, midnight, perhaps tomorrow morning, the bombing could resume again.
So, Richard, is it objectively good news, of course, to have hostages coming home, particularly some of those young children and senior citizens we see reunited with their families? But do you pick up any suspicion from Israeli officials that Hamas keeps extending these deadlines, extending them for PR on the one hand, look, we're releasing hostages, but also to buy Hamas more time to reconstitute itself and to effectively stop the assault there? How is Israel looking at the balance of these 2 things, their war on the one hand and their rescuing of the hostages on the other?
So Israel has several competing objectives here. Israel does want these hostages to be released. The Israeli government is under pressure. Prime Minister Netanyahu personally is deeply unpopular because the October 7th attack happened in the first place and because the hostages are still there. So as long as hostages are coming out, Israel does have an incentive to pause its military operations. Its troops are already in Gaza, and there is no talk at this stage of those Israeli troops coming out. So Israel is preparing for a long-term military campaign. Israel says that its goal is regime change in Gaza. That could could take years, might never succeed, but it is not a short-term objective. So as long as the hostages are still coming out, it seems that Israel is quite happy, not happy, but quite willing to allow this process to continue. The ball at this stage is really in Hamas's court. Can it gather additional women and children from other disparate groups inside Gaza? And is it willing to make the decision to start releasing men, older men, or the most sensitive group for Hamas, military age men and women who it considers to be soldiers?
NBC News chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel in Tel Aviv again for us this morning. Richard, thanks so much. Let's bring